On the island of Sodor, there is a branch line that starts at Kildane. It continues up to Abbey before meeting the Caldyford Railway at Kirkmarken. From there, it ends at Peel Godred. This line also meets up at the factory, but it closed in the 1980s. The branch line was previously run by electric engines, but all of them have retired in the 1990s. And currently, the branch line is run by a mix of steam and diesel engines, which are recently preserved by the Fat Controller and took turns taking passengers and goods up and down the line. One day, the engines puffed off to their busy day at work, leaving two diesels, Dan and Hamish, resting. Dan was boasting to Hamish. "You know that. I felt like I'm the most important engine on the line." "Rubbish. We're all important. Well, not you, except your little incident." Hamish didn't say a word. Last week, he pushed the trucks over the points too hard, causing them to derail, preventing engines from getting out. "Stop boasting, Dan. Come on, your train is ready. Should be on its way over." Dan didn't say anything else and puffed away. "Goodbye, Hamish. We're glad that you're working at the yards for the week, but remember what I said." Hamish was shunting as Dan arrived at the platform. "I'm waiting for James with a passenger train, Hamish." "Oh, here he comes." And sure enough, he came. James was uncoupled from the coaches, and Dan backed up onto the train. He roared away as the guard blew his whistle. Hamish watched and didn't say a word. "What's the matter with you, Hamish? You look a bit upset." "Well, not entirely. I got a bit of a trouble while pushing some trucks into the sidings at the sheds." "Oh." And then Dan boasted that I don't think I could able to pull trains again. "Oh, don't worry, Hamish," said James. "Besides, your class, another class, Derek, actually have a lot of trouble when he first came." "Really?" "Yes, of course. Despite that, he never give up. Maybe one day that you will get the better of him." "Well, maybe I hope so," said Hamish sadly. Further up the line, a yellow tank engine was waiting for Dan to pass. As Dan rolled past, the yellow engine noticed something strange. His engine started to feel funny, he thought. I hope that he realized. But Dan didn't know. Despite of that, he arrived at Kirkmarken without any problems. As he pulled in, Caldy arrived with his coach, Catherine. "I need a drink," Caldy said tiredly. He had puffed up and down the mountain so many times that he almost run out of water. Dan scoffed. "You have been working this line for many years. You know that you work so hard, no matter what, we're tired." "I can understand that, Dan," said Caldy. "Besides, your engines begin to act funny." "There's nothing wrong with it," said Dan. "Besides, it's only just a bit of a starting up problem. But don't worry, you'll be fine." "As you say so," Caldy replied. On the return journey, Dan's engine wouldn't start properly. Dan was worried, but fortunately the engine was able to start and they were able to set off. Dan was worried as they went down the line. He hardly noticed Hamish shunting in the siding to let him pass. "I think we can make it to the next station," said his driver, but they didn't. His engine stopped when they approached the drawbridge. "Bother," said Dan. I'll phone for help. The station master received the news and called out two green engines waiting with a goods train to let Dan pass. Bad news, you two. Dan is broken down on the drawbridge. Could you guys go and rescue him? Sorry, we can't. We're not strong enough. I know someone I could call. Hamish driver had received the news by radio. Hamish, we got to rescue Dan. He's stuck on the drawbridge. Okay then, let's go then. While Dan was waiting for help, traffic began to pile up on one side of the road. It wasn't long until Dan arrived. He gently buffeted up from behind, and he pushed Dan and the train back to Kildane Station. Henry was waiting at Kildane for the train to arrive. We made it, said Hamish. Dan didn't say a word. He was too embarrassed. Well done, Hamish. Well done, Hamish. Hamish was quickly uncoupled from the coaches, and Henry backed down onto the train. Come on, Hamish. I'll push you back to the sheds. Thank you so much, Hamish. I'm sorry I was a bit boastful. That's alright. It's more important that we have a friend in need. And don't worry, I'll take care of your trains. Thank you, Hamish. You are indeed a good friend.